Hey everybody, Red Fox here. I'm going to be doing a tutorial today on some terraining techniques, specifically custom cliffs, multi-tiered water, and maybe a few others here and there that you can pick up. First things first, we're going to create a new document. Go ahead and leave your dependencies, everything. Doesn't matter, we're not really going to deal with units or doodads or anything in this particular tutorial. For texture set, you can pick anything you want. I'm going to go with Belshire Jungle. I'm going to go with the Grass Light. And I'm going to keep my base height at 0. I'm going to turn off random height for this one, because we're going to be doing our own heights. And press OK. So we've got our canvas here. What I like to do first is figure out what I want to do first of all, what I want to accomplish with my map. I always start with the terrain in every map I've done, mostly because terrain is one of the most fun things to do. And molding terrain is the most fun out of that. So what we're going to do is not use any of this button right here. This button, nope, might as well remove it completely. We're making cliffs by hand. So choose the height, or what I call the mold tool. We're going to choose raise. I'm going to change the size to 16. I'm going to start off big. We're going to go ahead and raise that up. We need to turn the amplitude up though. I have it set at 1 right now. Let's go. We're going to raise up some areas. Just some areas. We'll go ahead, raise up a big area here. That's a little high. So notice I choose my smooth tool to bring it down. Yeah, it looks about good right there. That'll work fine. Now choose the uniform tool. Turn your size to about 6, and then click on the top part of this hill, the highest point, and we're going to make this whole area right here uniform. This is our cliff. So we've made our cliff. And you can do whatever little shape you want to do. Mine looks like almost sort of like the mesa in Australia. Maybe we can make it look more like it. We can do whatever we want. And the cool thing about this is you'll notice that there's going to be some irregularities when you're doing this. If you were to use their natural cliffs, you could do some weird stuff, but you're going to make much more natural looking environments if you're actually molding everything yourself. The downfall of this method though is the stretch textures, because you are literally stretching a texture from this point right here all the way down, and that doesn't look great, but we're going to do something about that. But first, I'm going to show you how to do some tiering real fast. Now tiering is a way I use to make, let's say you wanted a path. It's like our ramps. When you're using this method, using tiers is how you build your ramps. So we're going to pick about a 3, maybe a 4. We'll try a 4. And wherever you put your cursor, either it's a green thing like mine or a regular cursor, just pick an area a little ways down from the top, click it, hold it. Alright, you've created another uniform area right here. Next, we're going to go down a little bit more, click it, hold it, create another area. Create them kind of big, because you notice how I kind of cut that one off. We're going to click it, hold it, create another one. Click it, hold it, create another one. Alright, so we've got this stair step thing going on, and I'm going to kind of push these out a little bit. I'm going to have to, yeah, that'll work. You could do this with a smaller brush, but it gets a little frustrating. So we've got a basic stair pattern here for our way up. We need to widen it out because we are going to be smoothing this. You don't want to get too narrow. You get too narrow, you're going to have to redo the whole thing. Or, well, yeah, you'll have to redo the whole thing. So our path is going to come like this. Let's go like that. Alright, now we're going to take a smooth tool. The all-powerful smooth tool, which fixes everything. It also can make you extremely frustrated. I use 0.5. I don't know why, but it seems like 0.5 works better than 0.01 for smoothing, and I never use any in-between values. I haven't really found any use for them. But I'm just going to click. I'm just going to click. I'm not holding it down. I'm just clicking. Clicking once on the areas right on that. And it's going to bring the two together. And we've got a small enough brush where it's not affecting the sides yet, which is nice because we want to affect the sides by themselves because we don't want this to turn into a hill on both sides. We want it to remain, you know, somewhat vertical. So we're just going to click, 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 click. And we've created, now we can click and hold down here when we're creating our base. Kinda, yeah, there we go. See, we've got, now you can look at it from the side and you can check how steep you've made your thing. And now come in here and continue molding this. Molding this down. Continue making it. I'm going to be brave and go through the middle like that. So you've got kind of this path going down. There's jagged edges right here, but we're going to fix that. Actually, we're going to fix that right now. Choose a smaller size. Find a jagged edge like that. Put your thing centering it and click it once. Same for this one. Click it once. This one, click it once. Here's another one. One click. You're going to have a bunch of them. So go around your, what you just created, and just kind of fix that just like this. It's hard to see sometimes, especially at this point when we haven't put any texture in at all. So that's a little bit better. Maybe do a little bit of this action. We're going to keep going. Alright, when it comes to fixing the textures that are stretched on the side, you're going to take your smooth tool, and like I've left it on a 2, and we're going to click somewhere in the kind of near the top, more middle-ish. Try not to click down here, because if you do, it's going to do this number even more, and your cliff is going to turn into a hill. So we're just going to click once for now. We're just going to move around, clicking, and it's pulling the texture together. You'll notice a little bit at the bottom, but that's cool because most cliffs are not completely vertical. And we're just going to click once and move on all the way around. Hard to see on the side. You can turn off the lighting if you want. Go to a easier to see lighting. So now we've brought the texture together some. So our little reticule thing's gotten smaller, so we can go through the middle and pull it together just a little bit more. Maybe even back here where that meets, where we made the hill. See, it gives a little randomness to it. Makes it look a little bit more authentic, like it might actually be a real place, a real mesa type thing, cliff, if you will. So that's looking pretty good. This front area could use a little work. And then we need to work a little bit on our, see how big this thing is. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit smaller and pull those textures. And hopefully that will not destroy our wonderfully made path. Up here it's alright. You can always fix anything with a quick edit. Just gonna do this fast. Oh, I found another jaggy. Pretty sure that's a jagged spot. And you're gonna have lots of jagged spots along the top. Just go through and find them. See that? And eventually you'll get it all smoothed out. Jaggeds come from how it cuts the actual terrain when you're using the uniform command. It's interesting. Go ahead and give that more of a rounded look right there. Boxing off really bad.